Hey folks, this is 7 here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Maypole Farm. Footprints. Do hope everybody's having themselves a great day. It is Wednesday, the very, very 1st of March today, which works out well. Now, I have done some things. I have tethered and windrowed this field. Amongst other things, I managed to do it again. Now, I know there's only 3 things you need to do to start a recording for YouTube. I'm afraid I forgot one of them again. I forgot to turn my mic on. Went to render it and played some of it back and went, what is it that's missing? Yeah, it was me. So, we're here. We've got... What is that? Something in the air. It's a deer. What are you doing up there? Hey! Woohoo! Never a rifle when you need one. Oh, that helps. So, what, all my gear's kinda at the shop. We bought a cedar. Freaking orangutan cats today, I tell ya. So that's there, and I bought seed and fertilizer and yeah, all kinds of stuff. Oh, and a trailer. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Of course, the earlier one where I didn't have the mic on, I never sneezed once. Okay. So yeah, and then I spent the last 15 minutes of the episode loading these things. Now, here's our cedar. I changed up weights on this guy. I put one on that'll actually take a trailer hitch. So, we have one more bag of mineral feed to throw in the back. Now, just to make sure that strap doesn't interfere. Let's grab the last one. So yeah, I do apologize for all that was missed, but one of those things. It's a 2-step, and this is not making excuses, it's just an explaining. But yeah, it's actually a 2-step process to get my mic up and running. I use what they call an XLR style mic, which means not only do I need to have it plugged in, but I need to turn on what's called phantom power on my mixer. And if I don't, the mic is still on, and you could still hear it if I cranked the vocals to like 800%. But yeah, it's basically you have an unamped mic, and that type of mic needs an amp. Okay, well we've got a lot of supplies to take home. We're actually going to... Yeah, I ain't quite that daft. There we go. And we've got a cedar to take home as well. So, cool. That is not going to get me home. I don't think I can even get out that way. So, oops. Hopefully. There we go. That's a good size load. Those are at least 1,000-liter bags, except for the one, there's one, I believe, fertilizer bag on there. Because I filled the cedar and the fertilizer. I bought 8 of each and 4 of the mineral feed. And I filled the cedar up with both fertilizer and seed. Now it is direct seed. That's the method we'll be using. From what I understand, it is a much more eco-friendly method. He says as he drives his 300 plus horsepower tractor down the road. Actually, this one's not that big. The other one is. It's actually 400 horse. But I can only imagine to make a tractor go 63k, you probably got to have a pretty, you know, burny big engine in it. So, it's, oddly enough, we only got 1 day of August. I guess that's, I'd forgotten that because we used that springtime mod the last time, which gave us 1 day for like 3 months in a row. Yeah, I'd forgotten that you only get the 1 day. Now, luckily, September means we can still plant at least the cereal crops. So we may be too late for corn and such, but we will get cereal crops in. Our, oh, what is it? I've never grown this stuff before. What the heck's it called? Sorghum. Our sorghum field is ready. I would imagine our potato field is ready. Oh, that's a nightmare. Maybe I can find a hired worker that'll do it. But our sunflowers are not quite ready yet. We do have another grass field that's ready. This one I've turned to hay. The next one is probably going to be silage again. We'll go for another round of silage. We'll see how it goes. So now I need a reasonable place to put this. I think what I'm gonna do... Now, I don't really have any other use for this trailer. So, I think it's gonna serve as our storage here for a little bit. How's that look? That should do, eh? Yeah. There we go. Okay. And then as we need things, we can just simply take them off of there. Right. Let's park up the Lambo. The Lambo. Oops, I didn't mean to drop anything. I meant to get out of the freaking tractor. Alright. Now we got this guy. Which, as you can see, is full of seed and fur. How's it doing? Well, we could use a little maintenance. Diesel's good. Yeah, I was a little bit audificated when I got up into the grass field to tether it and realized that the grass was once again ready to harvest. That's when I looked up and realized, hey, it ain't September anymore, or it isn't August anymore, it's now September. No wonder the grass grew, it's been a month. Yeah. Now luckily when you tether it, it really does kind of lift it back onto the surface. So it was much easier to see again, so I could windrow it quite easily. But yeah, I do apologize, you guys didn't get to see any of that. So there you go. But I must admit, this straight-up farming stuff is quite a departure. And, But I guess big shout out to Sooty Farmer. I guess he knows how I feel as I watched his episode yesterday evening, I guess. And he's logging. I think that might be the first, possibly second time I've ever seen him log anything on the farm sim. He's doing the Riverside 22 map. Although, as he put it, it's might as well just call it Riverside. It's kind of a given at this point that it's the 22. Although Riverside has been around, I think, since at least FS17, possibly even 15. So, yeah. Alright, the cedar, I think we're going to, we're going to take down here and pop it into this shed. Because although we are going to be getting on that right ricky-ticky, it ain't going to be right now. There we go. Grazie. Because what we need to do is get those hay bales. Well, we need to make them into hay bales. And then we need to get them off the field, and then we'll get into some seeding. I've turned the clock down. Oh, where am I going? I need the green machine back down to 1x because, well, when I realized we were suddenly a month away, and how much work we actually have to do. It's not the same pace as creating your own farm. There's things here going, now, I need to be done now. No, me first. I need to be done yesterday. Yeah. Oy vey. Whoop. Yoo-wee. There we go. I meant to do that. Let's open up the gate. I'd love to get some cows in here pretty quick. We've almost got everything we need. After I get these collected, we'll have everything we need to, I think, to light up the cow bot. I bought mineral feed. I bought a couple bags of mineral feed. That comes in big bags too. Well, there's a mod that allows it to come in big bags. And there's also a mod, if I empty my cedar or, lime spreader or anything like that, it will automatically, instead of throwing it down in pallets, it'll actually throw it down in big bags. So very cool that, hey? But yeah, that's... What? Unfold it. I must? I guess I must. Alright, so we are almost, 89% of a grass bale in there, right? I wonder. Oh well. This is going to be a pretty quick first bale. There we go. Let's keep going. Struggle on up the hill. I think this is one of the steeper fields we own, so... How's it looking back there? Oh, we're almost ready to drop a bale there. Definitely missed some on the corner. Okay. That's not bad. I was worried it was going to drop it under the trees and I'd lose track of it. But we seem to be okay. Yeah, that's all I needed to do was go a little wider. There we go. So yeah, I do believe that big grass field next door is due as well. Oh, come on, drop it, drop it, drop it. There you go. Yoink. Ooh, what a struggle. Come on, baby. 400 horsies, you can do it. There you go. It's not too bad once it actually flips the bale off, eh? Oh, I don't care. Whatever size they are, that's the size of bale we make. It's what we have been making. It's what we will make. Alright, let's go a little wider this time. Suck the baler back onto the row. Hopefully that worked. Feels like we just dropped another bale. Yeah, I just get back from town. I had to go to the post office and pick up a parcel that had arrived. Been waiting about a month for this one. It's some more do-it-yourself electronic kits. Ordered these from a place called IC Station. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. If you order over 20 bucks worth of stuff, they do free shipping, which is always a nice thing. I got a laser harp, an AM/FM radio kit, a digital rangefinder. So there's some really cool stuff. And of course, you build it all yourself. They just send you a printed circuit board, all the necessary electronic components, and then it's up to you to follow the Chinese schematic and the silk screening on the circuit board and build whatever it is you bought a kit for. Well, hopefully. But I enjoy it. I quite enjoy it. You know, a couple hours on an afternoon, and then a few days later throw another couple hours at it, and next thing I know, I've got some cool little device. Well, I don't do it so much for the devices as just the actual building of them, so. Well, for a grass crop that magically appeared in one day, seems to be producing fairly well. Must be, oh yeah, let me see, she's got 2 full bales going on already. Right at the steepest part of the hill. Come on, spit it out. Really? Ugh. Perfect. God, I hate that they're already right at the end of the row. Well, I guess it'll be easy to pick up. I gotta run across the bottom, run across the top, a couple of strays in the middle, and we're done. Yeah, again, it's not gonna drop till we're taking the corner. Kind of gets dragged off there a little bit too, because there's such a steep kind of leveling off point there. It's not a nice gradual, goes from downhill to flat. With not a whole lot of gentle slopage in between. Alright, now we're starting to chew through a bit of diesel. I usually put the diesel on high use, because I find in normal mode, it's like, you know, you fill up a tractor and then never worry about it again. And I mean, it's nice to not have to worry, but for any of us that drive even electric vehicles, no, you gotta fill them up. They don't go nowhere. Alright, good stuff. I was worried that was going to fall off way down here. Go. Looks like the baler could use a bit of a scrubbing. I think I put a Karcher down. I think. Hope so. What do I do? Work my way between all of these. There we go. Back up the hill we go. Oh yeah, really struggling, eh? Darn near 3 full bales on board. Hit me. There we go. That lightens the load. Just gotta get back up the hill one more time, and then we can put it on squirt mode so it pushes out the last couple that are stuck inside it. Well, sort of. Come on. There you go. And up we go. Ooh. How close are we going to come? Because there's a fair bit of bits and pieces around. How close are we? 88. We might actually be able to get this last bale going, you know that? Let's see here. 89. Where did I see more of it? Okay, there's a little bit here. There's a pretty big line down the bottom. Yoink that up. That. Am I gonna get it? Yep. How we doing? 89%, eh? Okay. Should also be a little bit down on the edges here. Ah. 90%. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find 10%. To be honest, I don't think we're gonna find 10%. So... any other real obvious bits? Not really. Let's push out what we have. Okay. Yeah, I'd really like to get rid of this one. Come on. Really? Nothing in the corner? Corners are usually so good. A little bit of dribblage here. Yoink, yoink. There's this corner and then there's that one little tiny bit. And that's about her. %. That's it. That's all she wrote. So, bales away. Very nice. And once again, just use the momentum to get us down the hill. Whoa. Open that gate. There we go. Boom. There we go. Where you going, dude? Ah. Rats. I don't know. I don't know. Don't tell anybody. Yeah, crunch. Yikes. Okay, it's all good. It's all good. There we go. Hay bale 1. Give her enough of a nudge. Get her straightened out a little bit. There we go. Boop. Oh, I'll grab a sip of my coffee here. That baling is thirsty work. Two more. Last one. No. Gotcha. Okay. Up you get. Let's go find a place to put you. Well, temporarily, till I can load you in the shed. Because I sure as heck ain't gonna do that right off the cuff, let me tell you. No, sir. We will simply... and back you down. Good enough. There we are, we're nice and straight. Let's pop them off of there. Boom. Okay. A lovely stack. A lovely stack. Out the front door and in the back. And let's get you into working mode. You're no good if you're not working. Oop. We got one hiding over here, right? Poop. Nice. I didn't forget any up that hill anywhere, did I? It doesn't look like it. Oops. Stop it. There you go. Well, it's not exactly record-setting, but I think, I wonder if I'll be able to straighten this one. There we go. So what do we get? 10 bales? Plus the original 14, so 2 dozen bales. I mean, hey, Why not? Why not? That's not too shabby. Okay. Now we'll do the same. We'll pop these down here. Ooh. That was a little bit risky. And off you go. Nice. Well, that was pretty painless. Now, is that going to fold up? Or... Yep, good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. So now, it'll be up to the Lambo. Get all that stuff put away. But no problem, we've got the kit to do it. That multi-stack thing works alright if you get it right. So, we'll be doing that. But that's going to do it for this one. As I say, this is kind of my second poke at the bear today. So, that ain't something you want to do too often. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment. Do all the YouTube-y things. Above all, take care of each other. And ciao for now.